Hello everybody, this is Brandon McGee at the McGee Law Firm. Today I want to discuss with you a topic that is extremely important in the world of estate planning. It is the funding of your trust. Now before I talk to you about it, let me just tell you this to kind of pique your interest. If you have a trust and it is completely unfunded or even partially unfunded, the trust may become pretty much worthless, and all your efforts to hire an attorney to set up the trust will pretty much be in vain. So first, let's talk about what is funding of the trust. Funding is the process by which we connect our assets to the trust. And I kind of like the term connecting better than funding, but in the industry we use the term funding, so we're going to go with that. But it's connecting your assets to the trust, more specifically your titled assets. What are assets that carry title? Real estate, for example, pretty much any manner of financial account, a CD, a checking account, a savings account, a 401k, an IRA, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, those are titled assets. Motor vehicles are also, but in another segment, we're going to talk about how to fund those. It's a little bit different. But right now, we're going to be talking about financial accounts of all variety, real estate, stocks, and bonds. Now, how do we connect our assets to a trust? When it comes to real estate, when it comes to stocks, and when it comes to bonds, there is just one way to do it, and that is to actually retitle your assets into the name of the trust. And what I mean by that is your trust becomes the owner of your real estate, and your trust becomes the owner of your your stocks, your bonds, and so we have to retitle them. Okay, you're no longer the owner; the trust is the owner. That way, if something happens to you, if you pass away, if you lose your mental capacity, those assets can be dealt with immediately by the trustee without having to go through the probate court system. So that's very important. Now, how do we fund bank accounts, financial accounts, life insurance policies of any variety? There are actually two ways. The first way is to retitle them, which is what we just discussed with real property, with stocks, with bonds. So we can retitle all of our financial accounts and our life insurance policies into the name of the trust. However, depending on the kind of trust that you have, that may not be necessary. The other way to do it is to make your trust the payable on death beneficiary of those accounts. So this is the path of least resistance. It's not quite as dramatic as retitling. While you're alive and you still own those accounts in your name, just as you do now. But when you make your beneficiary the trust, your death beneficiary the trust, that allows the trustee to access those accounts after you pass away because they become a part of the trust after you pass away. Now, I'm not going to get into which kind of trust do you want to retitle, which kind of trust do you want to do payable on death beneficiary. That would require another 10-15 minutes to explain that. However, if there's anything that I've discussed today that piques your interest, your curiosity, you feel that you need to know more about, please feel free to contact us. Give us a call, send us an email, find us at McGeelawdfw.com on the internet. It has all the ways to contact us, and I'll be more than happy to discuss that with you. And just as a reminder, we are a Texas-based law firm. The things that I discuss, the topics that I discuss, are applicable for the state of Texas. They may or may not be applicable for your state if you're from out of state. So just a fair warning. But if you are a Texas resident, these tips and this advice for sure applies to you. Thank you guys so much.